Esta conferencia comenzará a grabarse.
Hello, good morning, everybody.
Morning, Antonio.
Good morning.
Everybody.
Morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Welcome.
Morning from Lapland as
Morning.
well.
Please, if you are not speaking, put your mic off. Okay, it will be easier for everyone.
Yes. Good morning, Leila.
Morning.
Good morning, Antonio. Dolores here.
Hi,
Hi.
Dolores. Morning.
Antonio, I would like to share my...
Good morning, Antonio.
Morning, Ula. Sorry, who was speaking before?
Antonio
Fernando?
Lopez de Avila wants to share the screen.
Okay, just one moment, Antonio. Okay, I will give you the presenter rights very soon. Okay, the only point is that I will explain for everyone what is the dynamic of the session, and I will give you immediately the
Excellent.
the only okay, I see where are you. Perfect. So good morning, everyone. We will try to be very strict with the times because we have a very interesting session today, as always. Welcome. Today, the main topic of the session is collaborative approaches to support the touring ecosystems. As you know, that's critical during this next month and years probably. Okay. We split our sessions on 4 blocks. The first one is reference of the day on the case on tourings. Okay, today it will be presented by Antonio Lopez de Avila, the Turisfera. Okay, from Turisfera. 5 minutes. After that, we will have 20 minutes for 2 cases or 2 speeches that will set the conceptual framework on this session, and later we will have near 40 minutes to speak about needs and to put in common needs and solutions. At that moment, the floor will be yours of all the participants, but as we are a lot of people, I will kindly ask you to be very brief to the point in your intervention. Maximum 3 minutes, but if they are shorter, better. Okay, that's the idea. And immediately I will give Antonio Lopez de Avila the floor. Antonio, I am giving you the presenter rights now, and you can start if you want. Welcome.
Hello. I'll try to do my best now. So I have to find my presentation. Just tell me if you see what I want you to see. Are you seeing my presentation?
Yes. It's in the
screen. Okay, excellent. Perfect. So I would like to talk about tourism nowadays because it's quite complicated. You know that the travel and tourism industry has fallen around, or it's going to fall this year around 20 or 30% compared to 2019. The UNWTO estimates that global international tourist arrivals could decline between that 2020 something or 30 maximum. A loss of around 30 to 50 billion US dollars is spending by international visitors expected. and of course, millions of unemployed workers around the world. In Spain, 13% of our direct employ is tourism. So imagine how deep is the impact of this crisis in our economy, in our lives. So we are facing new challenges. Government decision on about the ending of the lockdown, by phases, or it depends on how the situation goes on in every different region, even not only the country but the region, and of course on the decision of open borders, which is absolutely important if we talk about international tourists in Europe and in the world. We are facing maybe the border closed down in Europe, in the Schengen area, until December. So that means that no one from out of Schengen area is coming or is going to come to Europe. So it means a lot, considering that that Europe is the first region in the world regarding tourism. We have to regain the trust of travelers because we are facing a sanitary crisis. So we need to regain the confidence of travelers, and in traveling, in wearing or going to a place and enjoying the holidays, they need to be safe. So now we see that the mantra in this year is tourism has to be fun, of course, but safe and healthy. And of course, we have to reduce uncertainty for companies and destinations. It's the only way that we can organize a proper strategy for our companies on our destinations. So we have these three main topics, or three new challenges in tourism nowadays in Europe: the government decisions, the regain of trust travelers, and the reduce of uncertainty. What are we doing to cope these new challenges? To cope the lack of confidence, the trust, the trust of travelers, we are developing in Spain some of our clusters, working on certificates or new processes to give this confidence to the tourist. The Confederation of Spanish Hoteliers, SEAT, within the Instituto Tecnológico Hotelero, they are working on a new guide that will include all the protocols that certify the minimization of hygienic and sanitary risk with respect to COVID-19, necessary to give this confidence to travelers in order to stay in the hotels. This is something that we are expecting to be out in the market on the 8th of May. So in 2 days, all the hoteliers in Spain and restaurants, we have this guideline, and this is an initiative, a private initiative, after coordinated with the Ministry of Tourism and the Ministry of Health in Spain. And we're expecting this is going to become one of the main ones in Europe. To cross the borders, we are talking about immunity certificates. This kind of immunity passports, when the World Organization, or World Health Organization, sorry, will allow us to carry on with all these immunity passports. We are working in TDDS in coordination with the Air Institute and the United Nations World Tourism Organization in the High Health ICAR. It's going to be a health passport, not only for COVID, but also we are talking about using blockchain to keep the identification of the people in the right way, not only for tourism, but also for sports and leisure, transportation, retail, food and beverage, etc. And we're talking about a lot of benefits for them, in fast tracks, unlimited access to facilities, and of course, by the company side and destination side, efficiency in passenger flow, revenue, and yield management improvement, etc. We're talking regarding the uncertainty of the companies. We're talking about new business intelligence platforms for the tourism sector, not only companies, not only the private side, but also the public side. We're talking about using big data in tourism to foreseeing what's going on there. I mean, we are now dealing with a very new scenario. No one, even Amazon, doesn't know or didn't know what's going on there. So we need to predict new tourism dynamics and who's looking for what, which destinations, type of accommodation, etc. Sentiment analysis, online reputation, area connectivity, etc. So we are putting all this information in dashboards so the destination companies can check what's going on there. And regarding the environment, because it's so important nowadays that people now that see how deep is the impact of the humanity in the earth. So we are creating through Turisfera in the Canary Islands a regional emissions trade market, so we can start we're working with the companies, with the tourism companies, on this, so to reduce the emissions of the companies. This is the main things that we're facing now in tourism in Europe. So the urgent need of very innovative solutions to recover tourism, travel and tourism as soon as possible. Trying to see which is going to be the behavior of the post-COVID-19 traveler, using very new technologies in tourism that can be the blockchain technologies to trust the ecosystem and the data that we are managing. And of course, we know that we have to do it together, so we have to be joined in these solutions, public and private sector. I think this is a very few words that we can see how we are facing from travel and tourism industry in Europe the crisis of COVID-19. Thank you, Antonio.
You are really welcome, Antonio. And please, can you send this information to us? Just could we share this information?
Of course, I will do it. Certainly.
Anyway, I invite you to share the information in the ECCP COVID Forum. I will share the link in the chat now. Okay. Thank you. And now we go for the next speaker. Is from Poland. It's Mariusz Zagalo, ITM Poland. Okay, Mariusz, I'm giving you the floor now. Just one moment. You are now presentator. We cannot hear you, Mariusz. You need to activate your microphone. Can you try now? We are not hearing you. Okay, no? Can you try now? No. If not, we will jump to the next person, okay? And we will return to you later. Okay? Wait. Okay, we will wait just some seconds. Okay, can you try now? I see your mic on. Can you hear us and speak now? No. Okay, we jump to Corinne Servo and Marius. Please try or perhaps reboot your computer, or you could always call by phone. Okay, in the email that they sent to you, there is a data to call by phone, and you can keep both the computer connected and the phone connected at the same time. Okay.
Now, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah, all right. There was one settings internal microphone I have to turn on. All right,
okay, you
thanks
have 10 minutes.
All right, 10 minutes. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, that's my application. All right, can you see the presentation?
Yes, perfect. Go on.
Okay. Good morning again. My name is Mariusz. We want to present you a technical solution application that we found, which is called COVID Radar. to attract customers, to attract travelers and tourists, like we talked about. And this application helps us keep the safety of employees, keep the procedures, keep the safety of our guests in hotels or any other objects, not exactly tourists. It can be shopping malls and areas where people comes in a mass. And helps crisis managing when somebody is sick, and everybody should be informed that they need to be quarantined or they need to be checked for coronavirus or any other sickness or ill. All right, so the application can be used by hotel or chain hotels to, like I said, to keep those four functions, general functions, and it's developed by us on all mobile platforms, both Apple and Android. So you can simply install on your mobile, and then what we have here. First, our guests or our employees should be registered. So they download the application as employees of the hotel, or when I am a potential guest or traveler. I download this application after the booking or with the booking. It can be integrated with the hotel system. And then I put a very easy data, just my registration data. It's not, it's according to GDPR, because the hotel have all trustees given by me. And then I see that the environment that I'm going to visit, so the hotel, reception room, restaurant, etc., they are safe, because there are nobody that is quarantined or that had contact with somebody that can be quarantined. It's the popular idea, but we have developed the application which can be used by the business or by some organizations. And next, after the registration, we have the management, registration, and alarming. So the application in easy way monitor procedures by checking the distance between the people using this application. So guest and the employee, two employees, or guest by checking the distance that we can limit. By the way, you perhaps know that Google and Apple works together to develop the special protocol, which is developed on the beacon or Bluetooth, that monitor the distance between two people, and it can be shared. It will be shared definitely for all users of mobiles. But they definitely said that they will not limit the distance. They check all environment in whole area. From technical perspective, it means more than 10 meters even. But we found something that give us the ability to limit the distance. So there is the general idea. And what next? If we have a reservation and we stay at the hotel, then we have special zones. There's no need there's a special procedure to keep the distance 2 meters or 1.5. It depends on the situation. So if somebody is sick and I am in the short distance, then I can check, because as you see on the left of the presentation, there is a mobile, and if you press the scan, your application will find the mobiles which is in your environment, and if somebody give us the information that is quarantined or sick, then you will see this on red or on the orange. It depends on the status. So as you see, that's the crisis management. If somebody is sick, then the manager of the hotel can mark this person, and according to GDPR, it's up to guest or up to employee to give the personal data, to share the personal data with the history or not. Then if not, everybody in the environment will see that there is a crisis, and somebody should be checked, or somebody should go to the hospital, for example, because it's a close contact with somebody that is sick. So all we need is install the application, integrate it with the hotel system, to easily the booking, to check in, check out, and staying in the contact. Is the also occasion to show to travelers, to guests, that the hotel or the guest area is keeping procedures, not in just on the paper, but in technical way. Also, it's showing to our employees that we keep the procedures and we manage them. If somebody works quite close, the bookkeepers, the receptionists and other staff, we have to keep the distance and share the knowledge that somebody is sick. And there is great benefit, because it's a technical way. It's all about person that are in group of risk. They know that GDPR it's less than the health, so they share the data, because they have to be sure that the area that I'm going to visit is protected, is safe, and when somebody can be sick or have contact with somebody that is sick, so is quarantined, I will know, and I can do something with this. It's also just the managing the situation with the coronavirus. This application, like I said, can be used on mobiles by guests, by employees, by a manager of the hotel, of any other public area, and also it's an occasion to give the customers or travelers information that we do something with the situation, and we are safe, we stay safe. If
Marius, the time is up. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I need to explain that these sessions are not to expose products, okay? These sessions are to share solutions, okay? This is a solution
of course, I understand. I'm talking
yeah, it's very important to say that, okay? We are not here making demos, okay? But this presentation was proposed by Christophe. The company is part of the cluster, the Polish clusters, and that's the merit of the solution, okay? That we are looking for opportunities or solutions for the crisis, and that is the merit of the proposal, okay? But it makes sense to bring it here because it's part of a cluster activity. Okay, thank you very much, Marius. And next one is Corinne Servaux from Goisen Tourism Cluster, France. Corinne, are you there?
Do you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
I will give you immediately the right to present.
No, I haven't present.
Okay, so you can speak now if you want. Thank you.
Just speaking. I don't have time to make a presentation.
No problem.
Well, the cluster of tourists Goisen is in a French Basque country. Is born in 2008 and is composed more than 600 tourism companies relied on networks like trade association, housekeeper, hotel keeper association, or club of museum, and etc. And the Chamber of Commerce of Bayonne provide a part of resource of the human resource for the coordination of and facilities the organization of the cluster. And the cluster action plan are three objectives: improve the economic competitiveness of the sector by anticipating the change in tourism in terms of market, ecologic challenge, or new demands of the tourists. And also contribute to the quality of destination by consolidating the offer and professionalizing the employees. We work on focusing for four issues: marketing, human resources, innovation and quality, and public policy interaction between public and private partners. Since the 15 March, tourist business have been closed due to COVID crisis, and they do not when they will able to open. We expect the 1st of July. Well, 1st of June. I'm sorry. The collective projects we were carrying are also stopped. For example, a project for the cross-border gastronomic routes, or a training project for seasonal employees. Since the beginning of the COVID crisis, we have put in place a team to advise SMEs and help companies in their request for acceptation of tax or other charge and relation with the bank, for example. Every 15 days, we carry out an investigation to provide information to the public authority also, and also company. And we have every 15 days also a meeting with the prefecture. Prefecture is a public government, local public government, tourism office, and representative of the tourism company. Now we exchange information, initiatives, and coordinate our action. We share also good practice to elaborate guide for hygienic and sanitary risk. And this information go up to the government and the secretary, French Secretary of Tourism, for the Minister of Tourism, collect the information and after take the good decision we expect. And also we have mobilized our companies, local companies, business to help each other and to do the charity work. For example, 18 restaurants joined together to provide meals to the hospital's nurse personnel, employees, staff, donc the hospital employee staff during the peak of the crisis. And they distributed 100 meals per day during 30 days for a month. Another example is a tobacco shop. They offer to be a point of collect to individual customers of the farmer producer, the local agroalimentaire. I don't know if you understand. We also we've helped a startup, a local startup company, to set up a gift card in the restaurant in pre-sale. You know, they buy a gift card, and when the restaurant will be open, the customer go to the restaurant, and this operation help the restaurant to improve their financial health. We put also in line on the web a card of the shops open and the restaurant who sell delivery menu. I must confess that we spend a lot of time in calling business leaders, and we call the leaders of business to listen, inform, and reassure them. Collective action take a bit in a backseat because here in France it's very it's a disaster for the restaurant, for the hotel and restaurant and for tourism economy, and we are just and the crisis become just in opening of the season, of the tourism season, and all the energy is focused to help businesses, companies. I have not I hear your question if you have question to me.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup, Corinne. It has been a very good exposition of summary of what is happening in the different clusters. Now it's the time for questions, but also need some potential solutions. We have only 30 minutes, and there is a lot of experts here. So please, it will be wonderful if we hear different needs, okay, and different possible solutions in a very brief interventions. The floor is for everyone. 3 minutes maximum. Who is the first? There is noise from some of you. Please, if you are not participating, put your mic off. Okay, who is the first?
Yes,
we
Antonio.
we have yeah. Hello. Yes. Yes. Who is it? A woman. Hello. Go on.
Excuse me. How can we start the discussion? Do you have the list of participants?
No, you can start now. Do you have a question or a comment?
No, I would like to add information. Maybe I will introduce myself because I am the first time participating at this meeting. I am representing the city of Sopot in the northern Poland. I am the president of the Sopot Tourism Association. Sopot is a very famous Polish spa resort. This is the capital of Polish Riviera. We are next to the Baltic Sea, and we are very tourism city. It means that the majority of business in our city, it is a small city, it has only 40,000 inhabitants, but the most of the business here is concentrated on tourism. And I would like to pose some questions to the discussion regarding the development of future activities, because we are all looking forward what will happen next and what are the tools to develop the local tourism. Sopot is a city, like many maybe other cities, which has spa and health offer. Before, this offer was not very popular. I mean, there were no concrete funds and concrete money for the tourism of spa and health. So my question is, do you think it would be necessary to give some extra tools for the health and health tourism after pandemia? Because we see that there is a need, lots of us will take care of the safety of tourism, and we think that the offers like the spa water, health water, this is what the Sopot is aiming, and also other, I think, regions, could be a concrete answer to the tourism, but we would need some help, both on national and regional level, for this kind of tools. So I think this could, my proposal is to introduce spa and health offer as a particular, let's say, as a particular, how can I say, programming offer. I don't know how you're looking. Do you have some special solutions regarding this this field? Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Somebody answering her? Marta, go on.
Hello, everybody. My name is Marta Hełkowska. I represent Polish region, Pomorski region, and Sopot is in Pomorskie. I'm director of tourist office. And I'd like to support Anna because I have 3 points only. And first, it's spa and medical tourism. We would like to support this idea because this is a branch which is a chance for people in all age. So if it develops, this tourism, spa and medical, if it develops, it helps people in different kind of age. It's for young, medium, and older. And second branch is active tourism, which develops across the Europe, especially biking or water tourism, inland and maritime. And in my opinion, we should also support this because it's so common for everybody. And second part, it's rural and culinary tourism. They are the branches which are referring to identity of the regions. So it's also common for us. And when we are looking for the tools, it could be good to find some money, some finance in programs like Interreg or regional programs or sector programs, because these branches are very common for us. And in my opinion, we should dedicate this money for NGOs or local authorities, which could prepare projects, and the recipients of financial assistance could be small and medium enterprises, tourist organizers, and tourist branch simply. So this is only my idea. Thank you very much.
So sorry. Thank you very much, Marta. Very good. More comments or more suggestions on needs and solutions?
Antonio, may I?
Yeah, for sure, Christoph.
Some comments. First of all, I think that we should convince our European partners and our state governments that tourism is now one of the most affected by the COVID crisis sector. And I think that we should treat tourism now in the center of all effort of our governments and European Union Commission to support and to support fast. And because as all people who have something with related to tourism, some experience could remember that tourism were never been considered as an important sector of economy, especially in countries like Poland. In many countries, I suppose in Greece, in Spain, in Italy, maybe it is different. But in northern countries, never tourism was considered as an important sector. Now this sector is affected very, very much and needs immediate response. So I think what we can do as a European Cluster Alliance, we should try to gather all actors, especially clusters, tourism clusters from every countries of European Union, and try to organize special forum of exchange of this kind of information needs. The second thing is we should try to build kind of a database about all solutions, because it seems that tourism will be now one of the most from sectors, one of the most needed innovation, because this tourism as we know will not be never the same, and now we need completely new solutions for tourism. It was very interesting what I heard from Antonio today morning, how safety became the most important element in decisions of our customers. So I think that we should have a bunch of solutions, including solutions like ICT solutions, including organizational solutions, including something like disinfection solutions, organization of work of hotels, and also, which was said by Marta from Pomorskie region, we need also different tourism. I think this is the end of the big massive tourism, 1,500 people in one place going together in this how they call it with this yeah, you know what I mean, that you pay for everything, then you have pizza and everything together in a big house. How they call it?
Don't worry.
Okay, so I think that we should really redefine tourism as a sector, increase innovations, and also decide about different type of tourism which Marta mentioned, like medical tourism, like more active tourism in smaller buildings. To do that, we need huge support for those who are operators. And I think that even today, even if we are at the end of this budget perspective of European Union, because we are now in 2020, maybe it is possible by our local governments, but also by European Commission, to change expectations related to the projects, to the investment projects, improvement, innovation projects for this sector. That this kind of new solutions should be financially supported by European funds. So that's from my side. Thank you.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you, Christoph.
Antonio, can I say something?
Let Theodora speak because we. Okay. Ula, and later Theodora. Okay, please. Okay. Ula, it's your turn.
Okay. Thanks, Antonio. Because I wanted to have a direct reaction to what Christoph was saying. Tourism has been recognized and also by our Commissioner Breton. If you see his latest intervention, be it in the European Parliament or in the media, he gives a strong focus on the tourism ecosystem. And he just yesterday, for example, tweeted that tourism is a vital ecosystem and needs an urgent and coordinated European response. And that for this, he's also there will be a special communication coming out very likely next week from the European Commission on tourism. So I think from European side, tourism is recognized as an area or an ecosystem where urgent action is needed. And that's why if you come up with good ideas, we are here also in listening modus, what needs to be done. And we have the tourism unit also in our directorate. We are working close with them. So there is, of course, now the moment to rethink, to become innovative. And I just wanted to reassure you that from European side, that is high on the agenda. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ula. That's really important. Theodora.
Yes, I would like to, you hear, okay. I would like to also express in one of the directions of the tourism site. I also here, apart from the cluster work, I represent the Bulgarian Convention Bureau, and each country and city, majority of the big cities, the convention bureaus are those departments that are promoting the destinations with regards to bringing business events. And obviously, after the lockdown, you know, I mean, it's this part of the tourism sector, it's completely shut down. And also, this part will be open at latest because obviously, with restrictions, we need to find pure solutions like a certification. Each one of the ecosystem, how to work, the hotel, the venue, how to register the delegates, how delegates to be seated. So what we have started working here in Bulgaria, but this is also a common practice all around the Europe. I speak with my colleagues on a daily basis. We are trying to bring to certify how the events will be operating, how basically in order to bring also the safety of the delegates, that they are okay to travel. I mean, they to feel secure that they can travel in these places. I mean, they feel comfortable to travel. So, I mean, from one side are the needs to have these common rules for the venues, for the hotels, for the delegates. And the other thing as a solution is to have. We found that we have to speak not only with the Ministry of Tourism, but we have to speak with the Ministry of Culture, the Ministry of Economy, and the Ministry of Sport. So this is something which is a bit challenging because all these actors, they gather and the Ministry of Health, of course, they need to gather in order these rules to apply for everywhere. This is, I mean, what I can say that we are discussing here on a daily basis.
Yeah, that's the idea of not only ecosystems, not tourism as an ecosystem, but co-evolving ecosystem. You need to be related to a lot of other ecosystems, especially those that are innovative at this moment. That's what Christoph introduced also. And there were a very, very good example past Monday from Marco, the professor. I always forget the name, but in Italy they are thinking about the possibility to rebuild, refurbish the tourist facilities during this year because they will have the opportunity to do it. Okay, so they will link the building, the construction capacities with the tourism capacities also. Isabel from Serbia,
Hello,
would you like
do
to
you
speak?
hear me?
Yes, we are
Do
hearing
you
you.
hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm Isabel Lanichnis from the tourism cluster Subotica Palic near the Hungarian border from the region of Vojvodina in Serbia. We are a cluster frontier user on the collaboration clusters platform and have a lot of projects with the Danube, one of the Danube strategy and 3 of the IPA cross-border with the others participants. Well, I think that the tourism is always was very sensitive, and this is not news for us. What can we do? I think that the little integrated tourism products with the region was the most interesting by us, and I think that the most of the tourism part, like cycle tourism, ecotourism, cultural tourism, etc., is something that Mr. I think Mr. Konstantopoulos in co-evolving ecosystems and by synergy is something that we can do in the next period. And I think that the most SMEs must have the new strategies. Bias is always something like crisis. I grow up in that. Well, in tourism, what can we do? Our SMEs, restaurants and hotels and etc., make a very good offer, daily offer, and make catering for all. It was fantastic. Also, the agriculture SMEs also make online offer, and because we haven't markets, then also have some catering in the fields near the cities and villages, and it was something new. I think that our tourism tools will be the online and the high-tech tools and the manager tools. What can we do? Little destinations, synergy, interactive tourism products, and not, yes, I agree, not tourism like we have now. And because the all things is now very interesting, because the most people haven't enough time to make 2 or 3 weeks holidays. It's holidays on the weekend or something like that, and I think that is the way. Well, and in the South Europe, in the East Europe, in the Middle Europe, we have a lot of very interesting places not uncovered, something that will be very interesting for tourism. And maybe we have now some chance. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Isabel. Thank you. Another one. Celine, would you comment on your approach, proposals?
If not, Antonio, may I speak?
Aurora, go on.
I think tourism is based on exchanging people, and I think the the most worn, it's difficult to find the word. The most uncertain 2 points are, one, companies for traveling. I see that aircraft companies, they're stopped for so much time that the most urgent is to know if they will survive and be able to take people around. And the second point is most of the countries in the world are now with the people having less, not only time, as Isabel said, but also money. There is a lot of unemployment. There is a lot of people that had to live with layoff, which is less paid. People are saving more what they have. Even people that have wealth, they're saving for the uncertainty. So will they spend money on tourism? I don't know. I think that's the largest worries that we should have, and the parts that should be taken care, because everyone is sick of being at home and willing to go out, but go out does not mean immediately to go out for a far distance. In third place, maybe we should think about reorient the type of clients in terms of market. Is it more external or more internal in this year? I'm not speaking about only future years, but this year is here. I mean, tourism operators need to survive and need to have clients, and clients may be completely different. And I'm speaking about inbound and outbound. Large events like Dubai 2020, Olympics, whatever, football, whatever, used to give a lot of work not only to hotels but also to agencies, travel agencies, etc. Those will have been postponed 1 year. So how will these entities survive for 1 year if this year the tourism stops? Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we are nearing the end of the seminar. Okay, I want to share with you first that there is a question from the European Commission to us. Okay, they are asking us, are you able to identify disruptions in the European value chains? And we could speak about tourism as one of them. Okay, and what are more important on those of those disruptions? Okay, there is another question: is what kind of proposal would you suggest? Okay, solutions. Sorry, would you suggest? And also, what kind of companies need more attention? Okay, we are going to create a group. We will call them nodes, okay, because we want to emphasize the idea that they are part of a network, okay. But we are going to create a group very soon. You will be invited to the group, those that are working on the tourism. The idea is to give answers to those questions and to give the answers in a structured way. You are invited to use the COVID-19 response forums. Okay, you have the link in the chat, and you can go there. There are some different sections. Okay, I will try to show them. And for example, you could present your offers for technological offers if you have them in the section I can help, or you could speak about what do you need. Okay. Anyway, as I said, the approach should not be just one isolated solution from the tourism sector, okay, but something that means linking with others, with other sectors or ecosystem, as for example the digital one, or the health one, or the related to the building and reconstruction. Okay, so the idea is to strengthen every sector and make them more resilient and identify what actives are critical on them and reinforce them. Okay, that's the general proposal. Okay, this was the first session on tourism, but as I say, we will have more of them. Okay, that's from my side. Ula, would you close? We are not hearing you.
I had some
Yes?
issues with my
Now.
You are right. It is really one of the most hit ecosystems right now, the tourism ecosystem. This has been recognized and it needs working together, and that's why the discussions you are having here, but also on the discussions on sustainable tourism, which Karel will have tomorrow, another webinar within the social economy, because also there tourism plays an important role. So I think combining this thinking, bringing in the sustainable way also, I think this is very important. And I want to thank everybody for this really interesting presentations, particularly the first one where when it started with that we have to really rethink that the safety factor now will dominate the thinking of the people. So I think it was a very good first session, and also the exchanges in the chat. So we have to take this further, but also link it then when next week on the 13th of May, a communication of tourism is coming out. So maybe afterwards we could have some discussion looking at what is exactly in this communication and how the clusters can react to this.
Thank you very much, Ula. Thank you to everybody. You are invited to join us in every session, not only those related to tourism.
Antonio?
Yeah.
Antonio, this is Caro. Just to say that I have shared the link to this webinar on social economy and sustainable tourism for tomorrow in the chat. So if people are interested, they're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. So everyone has the link in the chat, please. Yes, Karel, perhaps you could share it also in the ECCP Forum, in the events area.
Yes, will do.
You know?
And Antonio, we should receive it also for our social media campaign for European Cluster Alliance to share this, because if it is tomorrow, the time is very limited, but we can inform today on our channels.
Yeah, perfect. We will do that. Thank you. See you soon, I hope.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Having a good day.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.